top 3 nights in my life. The birth of my son is involved in that, and he's not number one. Just saying. Sorry, Schär.
The only team I'm really bothered about that looks like would be a challenge is Real.
4-1! 4-1. My French is getting better, honestly, I'll tell you. There's 4 of us. Newcastle have scored 4 goals. Oh, what a last words we have got for you today. Newcastle United 4, Paris Saint-Germain 1, and this is the last word. The last word is proudly sponsored by Greene King. Andy, how many Greene King pubs are there in the UK?
Right, lads, just make sure you're all right. Stay composed. It's over 900. Right, but get this, all of them bring the action to you. Every televised Newcastle game this season.
The next televised game for Newcastle United is the Champions League game here at St James's Park against Borussia Dortmund. So make sure if you can't get a ticket, you go to your local Greene King pub. Well, I don't know where to start. I really have no idea, but we'll get through this. We'll always start with the starting 11. Michael, one change from the game on Saturday against Burnley. Seems like about 5 years ago right now. Toon Army and for Anderson, did you understand that?
Oh, completely. I mean, he's got Champions League experience. I know he's been taken off like regularly at about 60-odd minutes, but he's a stallion. He's an Italian stallion. It made sense, just coming up against PSG, solid midfield 3, going with Toon Army. Yeah, can't complain.
No Wilson, no Joe Linton-Carl. Worried?
I was worried, to be fair. But I just don't know what to say. I'm pretty speechless. Probably not the best person to come on for this today. I was worried just because of obviously we've got Paris Saint-Germain, and you look at the bench and think, struggling, we're a bit thin. But what a fucking performance that was. Yeah, unbelievable.
Andy, Mbappe was in town.
It was shit.
Apparently he was here somewhere. I don't know where. Jamal Lascelles is just letting him out his back pocket right now as we speak. Ousmane Dembele.
He's got a bit more money. I mean, when you're a player that can play that well on both feet, you're always going to be a bit something. I mean, Dan Burn did his best against him. He was always going to be a handful with his pace, but Dan Burn kept him quiet as well. So
He did have the first opportunity, Andy, and I'll stay with you on this. Mbappe and Dembele only linked up really once, and his cross right into the path. And I think, to be honest with you, I think the whole ground was like, ooh, they're good, and it just went wide. Was that a massive moment when you look back now, the context of the game?
Yeah, and I just think we were there to pick them back up straight after it, and then it was forgotten about within seconds, really. You can tell they're a team in bother. I would say they look like they're still learning how to play football with each other. And I thought at times, especially when they were playing down the hill, it was reminiscent of City last week. They were playing in the final third, knocking it between them, and then they didn't know how to put the final nail in the coffin. We just kept bounding on it, and I'm like Carl. I'm running out of words to say. It's just that it's the best game I've seen in my lifetime, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the same for a load of others as well.
It's top 3 nights in my life. The birth of my son is involved in that, and he's not number one. Just saying. Sorry, Schär.
Carl's missus is no longer a subscriber of Newcastle Fans TV. We really do miss her.
I love you, mate. If you see this years after, I love you, but that was unbelievable.
Michael, the Gallagate erupted, the Lees erupted, the Milburn erupted, and the Sir John Hall stand erupted when Newcastle United took the lead. Great press from Newcastle United, and the ball ended up getting into the path of Alexander Isak on the edge of the box. His shot spilled, and I thought Donnarumma should have done better. I think he should have tried, if he's going to put it away, push it away somewhere else, or at least try and grab it. But straight into the path of Miguel Almiron. Everyone was talking about who's going to score that first goal for Newcastle United in the Champions League. It was Miguel Almiron. When you look at the fact that it was 2 years ago since the takeover, and 2 years since that, the transformation of Newcastle United, was he almost the perfect person to score that goal?
He is testament of what Newcastle United have done in the last 2 years. We've gone from absolute oblivion, at the edge of a precipice, to beating Paris Saint-Germain 4-1 at home. It couldn't have fallen to a better guy to encapsulate everything that's gone on in the last 2 years at this football club. Like, and to be honest, to kind of talk about the goal, it came out with nothing.
Yeah.
It was like Marquinhos or whoever, like fannying about at the back. And I looked up next minute and Isak's on the ball, bloody hell, taking a shot. I think he should have scored himself, to be honest. But you're right, Donnarumma parried it away. And the composure for Miguel Almiron to bury that in the bottom left-hand corner as you look at it from the Gallagher, impeccable. Couldn't have fallen to a better bloke.
It couldn't have fell for a better bloke, Carl, on his left foot. Can you just describe your emotions, your feelings? You're front row and centre of the Gallagher, and I could just imagine you just didn't know what to do with yourself.
It was literally that. I think my eyes were just unbelievably wide, and I think we were all just looking at each other as if to say, what has just happened? What has just happened? We've gone 1-0 up. We all thought that there was a chance that we could beat PSG, and we were all confident. But when PSG roll in and you see the personalities that are on the pitch, you think, well, it's going to be difficult. And then we go 1-0 up. It erupts, and it's just shivers, mate. Absolute shivers. Unbelievable. Just, I don't think I'll ever forget the feeling. I really won't.
I think we went left. I think we went right. We didn't know what to do. We were jumping up and down. It was like a song altogether. It was like a dance, a song, everything. Absolutely incredible, and it got even better, Andy. You know, PSG weren't really bothering us after Newcastle went 1-0 up. It was a case of we were kind of making it a little bit easy. It was comfortable almost, if you like. I don't really want to say that word, but it was comfortable for Newcastle United today. In that second goal, it was a massive delay for it. Can you kind of explain to the people that weren't at St James's Park how the second goal came about? Because I was kind of confused at the end as well.
Yeah, goal mouth scrap, and it was just, I mean, everything's just been a blur tonight. I mean, it's just, it looked like it went in. I wasn't sure whether it went over the line at first, and then all of a sudden there was this big VAR review, which, when did they ever go our way? I mean, our luck with VAR this season alone has been terrible. So to get that, and just, it almost felt like, right, this is just ours to go away and win with now.
Andy, can I just ask, do we need to replay this game?
No, I think we're fine. I think the VAR official's brilliant. To be honest, I think the ones in Spurs. No, I'm joking. I mean, of course they were horrendous, but look, it's worth the wait. When you've got to wait that long for a goal to come in, and it comes, you cannot complain.
Yeah, Michael, you were the Leaders actually, so it might be even better to get your perspective on this. It was quite strange. It was a case of it was given offside, but where was the offside, and what was it?
It was so scrappy. So there was definitely claim for handball. So probably going back, that's why it took so long, going back and checking the phases of play. It popped out, obviously there was an original chance or something, it got popped out to Toon Army. He looked potentially offside, so I think, I don't know for sure, it could have been somebody else, but it looked like it was on Toon Army. And then obviously comes back across, and Dan Burn gets his head on it and does the job. They clearly had something as to say it was over the line, but it was just checking the phases of play beforehand. But look, VAR officials get enough shit, right? You've got to let them take their time to get it right. We put too much pressure on them. We saw what happened at the weekend. Got the right answer, 2-0 up. Come on. Class.
You almost feel that Liverpool wanted those officials, because that's what it was like. If you just take your time, you get your right decisions, which what Newcastle United got. Carl, when you look at that second goal, how crucial was that just before half-time?
It was too early for me to say, we're going to run away and win this, but it certainly took a bit of pressure off, because I thought we were doing really, really well. The police are here, so we might get moved on.
The coppers are here. They're moving. They are moving.
It was one of those situations where, when you're in a tight game, you think we need that extra goal, and it came at the right time. I wasn't really aware what was going on. I didn't think it had gone over the line. I thought they were checking for a penalty. I wasn't sure, and then saw Shearer and Longstaff running away, absolutely loving his life, and we just erupted again. So at that point, I thought, this is ours to lose now.
Yeah, it was 2-0 at half time. We may get moved, just in case you go, oh, they've moved. Where have they gone? The police are just standing right there. There's a few of them. Andy, second half. Second half. I think everybody was thinking if we can get another goal, which is bonkers just to say that would kill the game off, and that would be enough. I did expect it 5, 6, 7 minutes into the second half. Sean Longstaff getting the shot through Donnarumma. He's got to save it, but another Geordie boy, getting on the score. It's getting on the score sheet. It's what dreams are made of, isn't it?
yeah, he did what he had to do in that position. There wasn't really another option for him other than to just absolutely smash it, in which it's what he's done. I mean, they've struggled with the rain. I thought as soon as the rain started, they were struggling, and Donnarumma's let it slip under him because obviously the pitch is a bit wet, the ball's wet, and yeah, Longstaff did what he needed to do in that situation, just smash it at him, and it's gone in the back of the net, and I couldn't be happier for the lad. Him and Byrne will be absolutely buzzing tonight.
It was just a bit of relief, and it's what we needed. What were you going to say, Michael?
If you watch it back, it is a carbon copy of Andy Griffin's goal against Juventus. Honestly, it's going potentially just wide. Donnarumma gets his hand on it. In the back of the net you go, son. Eruption.
Donnarumma was awful for me. I have to be honest. I didn't think he was anything special, but I'm not that bothered, to be honest, because Newcastle went 3-0.
My brother turned around and said, "Who is in goal?" I was like, "That's Donnarumma."
Keylor Navas is on the bench. I think he might even be a better goalkeeper, to be honest. Yeah. But Carl, 3-0, you're thinking, dreamland, this is absolutely phenomenal. But Paris Saint-Germain did show a little bit of quality, and it did get back to 3-1, and Hernandez was the man who got the goal for Paris Saint-Germain. Lovely little throw ball through the middle of midfield, and it just split our defence. And it was bouncing a little bit, but a header from Hernandez, which Nick Pope couldn't do anything about, and it was 3-1. Did you still feel comfortable, or were you a little bit on edge at that point?
No, I was on edge. I said to Chris, I said that this is where we need to be really disciplined and try, and we'll see what we're made of. And we both turned around and said I'd be happy to go away with a draw, but there'll be a slight disappointment being 3-1 up. But I just thought we've got to be careful, because this is where PSG could show a bit of European pedigree. There's the opportunity for them to get another another goal in quick succession potentially.
Yeah, big goal.
Just some absolute weapons through the bottom of the bus.
I know what you're thinking. We've been moved, haven't we? We have. We've been moved, Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, I think, according to Michael's sources, it was his brown sauce contact that a bottle was thrown towards the bus, and which is not what we want to see. But PSG did bottle it tonight. See you later next week. Right, I know. Get that drum. Right, where were we? We're talking about a Longstaff goal, which made it 3-0. Paris did get one back, so that was 3-1. Let's talk about Fabian Schär just making it 4-1, Michael. Oh. Jacob Murphy picks the ball up after Newcastle press and do it exceptionally well, and it's about 20-25 yards, and he plays a lovely ball, a 3-yard pass. It was amazing. We were all there to witness it, and Fabian Schär, for some reason, was there thinking, do you know what? Let's have your Philippe Albert moment. Slipping, sliding, stretching, and then just pulls out a worldie in the top corner.
Classic Fabian Schär, innit?
Yeah.
Just goes on his little mazy run. Usually Botman stood there going, where the fuck is this guy off to? But like, honestly, that part of the pitch should just have a little flag in it that says Fabian Schär's territory, because he just slipped and he puts this beautiful curling shot on the top bin. That capped what was an absolutely phenomenal night for Newcastle United. How we are here doing what, beating Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League is just beyond me. Lost for words.
He's lost words. I hope you're not. How good was that goal?
Yeah, we put it perfectly. It's Fabian Schär territory. I mean, how many times have we seen him hit them from that distance and put them top bins? It's just capped off what an absolutely fantastic night. And I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, I hope it does. We've got Milan and Dortmund to come here, and I mean, PSG. I've said it before that they were the team to come here, and they were the team to show off that we're here to compete. And I mean, we've absolutely blown them away. So, God knows what we're going to do in the knockout rounds.
Say magnifique.
Oui. It was Trafalgar Square was an unbelievable night, and I think the atmosphere tonight topped that for me, and it was really difficult. I just thought at times
better than like Arsenal when we won 2-0. Better than all them.
It was unbelievable. I'm struggling to comprehend what's happened. I really am. Like I said, it was one of those where I thought, we could do all right, but I didn't expect that, and we've just made them look like little boys, to be fair. Like, we are genuinely back. We genuinely are back.
Just amazing. Get your comments in. What was your favourite goal out of the four? Out of the four. Can you even believe we're even saying that? Eddie Howe for me was absolutely brilliant in terms of the tactics. I think Luis Enrique didn't know what to do. He didn't know whether to come or go, stick or twist, and how he nullified Mbappe today was absolutely extraordinary. Eddie Howe, you have just won your first game as a Champions League manager. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, an amazing evening for us, really was. I mean, so many stories to probably talk about within the game itself, but just first and foremost delighted for everyone connected with the club and the supporters, and what they gave us tonight was incredible. Well, we had to, such a good team that we had to defend really well. We did. Thought collectively our spirit and our energy was excellent. Thought we created the positive things that we had in the first half, from really aggressive pressing, everything that's a hallmark of us when we play well. And then second half we had to dig deep and try and get over the line.
And we are back after Eddie Howe just told us how fucking brilliant he was. Excuse my French. But I know, Carl, get that drum roll out again. Borussia Dortmund 0, AC Milan 0 was a full-time score in Group F. And here is your table. Newcastle top of the Group F table, sitting with 4 points. PSG 3 points, AC Milan 2 points, Borussia Dortmund 1 point. It's Dortmund back-to-back next, Andy. If Newcastle can win the next 2 games, are we thinking about last 16 already with a couple of games to spare, or do we have to just go, look, great result, great night, loads of fantastic memories, but it's another really, really difficult team?
I mean, we all know me, and we all know that I'm getting carried away already. As far as I'm concerned, that result's put us in the last 16. I mean, I was thinking, maybe second, maybe third goal win the Europa League, but bollocks to it. Who's going to do that? The only team I'm really bothered about that looks like would be a challenge is Real. Who's going to give us a good game? Yeah, no one.
Do you know what? I was sat there and I was trying to think the same thing. I was like, this sounds absolutely ludicrous in my head, so I didn't say it out loud. Thank God Andy did. But I was thinking, who are we really bothered about? And it is probably Real Madrid and Manchester City. But we've just beat Man City, so are we really that bothered about them? No. That's ridiculous.
Get your train tickets, get your flights, so we're going to Wembley. We're going to go to Wembley. Michael, I just want to talk about a couple of players in particular. Jamal Lascelles came in from the cold last week against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. It was fantastic. Played against Burnley, fantastic. But was this the most impressive performance because of the fact of the opposition and the fact that it was Mbappe, the fact it was Champions League, in fact it was Newcastle's return to the Champions League, because he's come from the Championship to the Champions League in the space of around about 7 years. It's amazing, isn't it?
I completely agree. It is. And no moment epitomised, again, Jamal Lascelles in that tackle second half. He got that extra ounce of pace from somewhere, and he took the ball and just pinged it into the Milburn. It was unbelievable, that sliding tackle. But think about how far he's come as well. He was the lad that stood up when we were getting beat away at Southampton in 2015-16 under McLaren. Nobody else would. There were fights in the dressing room, and he took that captaincy on, and he's been captain ever since. And obviously Trippier stepped in on the pitch in the last few seasons, but he's stuck around. He's been the solid guy. He's kept the kind of unity in the dressing room, and he deserved that tonight, to be quite frank. He deserved to play well.
He really did. I want to talk about the Geordies, and I've got the Geordie boy standing right next to me. Dan Burn, Sean Longstaff getting the goals as well, which we're obviously absolutely happy about and delighted about. They will get all the plaudits tonight. Ellie Anderson, of course, coming on, did his bit, and he was fantastic when he came on as well. But the fact that Dan Burn and Sean Longstaff got on the score sheet, 2 lads who their dream was just to play for this magnificent football club, and now to score in the Champions League, it's stuff of dreams, isn't it?
I mean, to do it at the highest level against one of the highest level opposition you can do, I mean, I can't be happier for them. But I mean, that's the stuff we all dreamt about as a kid, and for them to go and do it and make it a reality, I'm just over the moon for them. And I mean, they'll not be able to sleep the night. Hopefully they can get a bit relaxed and ready for the game on Sunday, but let them have it the night. The fellas, unreal stuff.
And just Carl, just finally, just a word on Eddie Howe and Jason Tindall. Did they show their real pedigree amongst European quality today? Because he got everything right today, didn't he, pretty much?
It's the chemistry that they've built. I think that, which then has coincided with the chemistry with the fans again, straight down from the top, everything has just come together so well, and they need to be taken seriously, don't they, at the end of the day? They're not household names, but they're certainly going to be. And I think someone said it as a joke, but I think we need to take care of Jason Tindall, because the way he's going to end up with a manager's job somewhere. But yeah, they deserve so much credit. They've revitalised this club massively.
Man of the match?
You know what? For where he's come from and having to take on a massive burden with Sven Botman being out, I'm going to give it to Jamal Lascelles.
100% agree. He couldn't have been any better if he tried.
Where do you stand on it?
Jamal played a cracking game. I do agree. Other shout outs. He didn't have a massive say on the game really, but Gordon was fantastic down the left. I thought Longstaff was immense in midfield. But yeah, Jamal pips it just for the journey he's been on as well.
I think Jamal was outstanding, but Sean Longstaff gets my man of the match today. I thought he covered every blade of grass today. Deserved his goal, deserved his moment in the limelight. Bravo to every single one of those Newcastle United players. I'm sure you're going to tell me in the comments who was man of the match, who was the best player, who scored the best goal, X, Y, and Z. There's so many different moments, but just if you watched it on the telly in the Green King, or if you went to a Green King pub, or if you're here at St James's Park, those are memories to be remembered. And just think, 7 years ago we were in the Championship. 2 years ago, me and Carl walking out of Molineux, crying, pretty much, going, where are we going to go from here? Steve Bruce ain't going to walk, Mike Ashley ain't going to sell. In 2 years, we've just beaten Paris Saint-Germain by 4 goals to 1. It's been absolutely brilliant. Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV. Lee will be at West Ham on Sunday. It just keeps on going. Then there's an international break, and then we're back again against Palace and Dortmund. It just does not stop. Make sure, if you want to go to your nearest Green King pub, do that. Dortmund at home. Make sure you go if you can't get a ticket. It's the hottest ticket in Toon, by the way. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV. Have a lovely, lovely night. Au revoir.